Hello, today we're going to do an activity that kind of follows up from our M&M activities. So hopefully you finished that and you understand that a little better. This is a fairly simple activity that explains, again, how to add colors, how to add charts. So I'm sending this PowerPoint in so you can see this is what goes up so you know what to type in. You've got your color codes, you've got the different types of charts you need, what the title is. So this needs to be displayed, as well as this is what the final project's going to look like. Okay, so this PowerPoint will be sent to show you this. So what we're going to do first is we're going to type this in a spreadsheet. So let me close that for a minute. We're going to open up Excel. So Excel, if you haven't opened it before, is under the E. Excel is our spreadsheet software for anybody who might have been absent. And I'm going to make it just a little bigger so you can kind of see what I'm doing. So first I'm going to type John, and I'm going to tab and type 315. Now if you want, John's information is going to be red, so you can type that to remind you, but you're not going to put that in your chart. Okay, Joan. And this is an activity that Mr. Wall shared with me. So this is just a way to kind of review what you learned. It's been a couple of days since we've worked in this. So hopefully this will ring a bell when you start working on it. I'm thinking you should be doing the M&M spreadsheets maybe in the last class, but for some of you were absent, so this will be a good follow-up for that. All right, 4, 6, 7, and hers is yellow. Or Paul's is yellow. Now, when I do my charts, I am not highlighting this information here. That's just there to remind me what color to color things. So we're going to do a pie, we're going to do an exploded pie, we're going to do a bar, and we're going to do a column. Okay? So here's what we do. With the white plus sign, I highlight from A1 to B4. I go insert. Anytime I'm going to insert anything, I use the insert tab, and I come over here where you see the different charts. So we're just going to do a simple pie first. Remember, you grab this. Now I've got a plus sign that's like skinny lines, but it's got arrows on the end. That's the one I use to move things. So I'm going to click on the edge, and I'm going to move it down under. Now, on your sheet that he's going to display for you, your chart title is going to be Bailey Awards. So all four charts that you do today should have a title. Don't forget to use initial caps. Now, I want to have labels. So I'm going to, while the whole thing is activated, come up here where the plus sign is, the okay, it's early, little green plus sign. Right here where it says data labels, I'm going to put them on the outside. Now, this is a fairly simple one, so I'm just going to keep going, but if you need to see this again, this is a public video, so you can access it and do that too. So, John is 315 and he's red, so I'm just going to click on that one, so just this piece of the pie is active, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to fill it with the red. And then 619 is Joan, and Joan is blue, so I'm going to right click on that one and change it to blue. We don't need any fancy pictures or anything, just simple colors. 718 is Paul. Paul is green, so I'm going to fill it green. And then Paula is yellow. It is Paula. Okay, Paula is yellow. So I've got my colors, I've got my title, I've got my labels. Now, because I'm going, and remember, if you remember from M&Ms, I showed you how to do a border. It's not required, but if you want to, you click on the whole thing. You go to outline, you give it a color. You can make it wider if you want. You don't have to. This is just something to kind of make it stand out a little bit, so you can make it wider if you want. Now, you've got to be able to get 4 charts on one page, so you're going to have to shrink this down to do the next chart. So I'm going to grab this little handle here, and I'm going to shrink it down. I'm going to try to make it, let's see if we can make it look a little more. That's just a little too much. Let's come back out. Go back up. We will shrink this down as we get going, okay? Let's do, yeah, that works. Okay, so again, I have to highlight the same information to get my next chart. From John all the way down to Paula, Insert. Now, an exploded pie is just a pie, but you pull it apart. So while the whole thing is active, that's just one. Click off of it, click back on. While the whole thing is active, pull it apart. It's not behaving. So just do it individually. Again, my chart title is Bailey Awards. You know, we went to Baloo School. Bailey, holy cow. A-I-L-E-Y. I can spell. Do you miss me? Okay. All right, so we're going to click. We want the whole chart active, so we go to the plus sign. We add data labels. We put them on the outside end, and go back in and change the colors. After you do that, you're going to shrink it down. Don't do that. Shrink it down to about the same size as the other one. We can come in this way a little bit. You can even, if you want to, put a border. If you go to Format and put an outline, you can put an outline around your charts so that you can see the separation between the two. All right, now we need to do a bar and a column. And don't forget to change the colors here. And you'll see this is called a legend. So the legend tells you that John is red, Joan is blue, Paul is green, and Paul is yellow. All right, again, I'm going to highlight these four. Go to Insert. This time I want a bar. Bar charts go this way, column charts go up and down. So you choose the one you want. You can do a 3D if you want. Again, Bailey Awards. Again, I'm going to click on, now when I click once, all four of them come up. So I'm going to tell it I want my data labels, and I want it, it's already on the outside, so I'm good. I want to change Paula's color. Paula is yellow, so I just highlight hers, right click, change it to yellow. Ooh, that's the border. That's not what I wanted. Okay, let's try it again. Click on Paula, right click, fill, yellow. Instead of outline, I had fill. I'm going to put this back to black. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. All right, Paul is green, so I click on Paul, making green. Again, I went to the outline. So you guys can see I'm human and I make mistakes, but that's kind of good because then when you make mistakes, you'll know that it's something that can be corrected, okay? So Joan is blue. We can leave it this color or we can choose a different color. If you want a brighter blue, and then give her an outline. Once again, the outlines are not mandatory. They're just something that kind of adds a little spice to it, okay? And John is red. So we go to fill, red, and then outline is black. All right? Shrink it down. Try to make it about the same size as the others. I'm coming up underneath this one, so I can kind of come out a little bit and make it the same size. And then you're going to do the column. The column goes up and down. When you're done, you're going to highlight everything. I usually go just a little bit below. You go to Page Layout, Print Area, Set Print Area. Now, I know my print area is set if I click off of it and I see this line. And the important part is that all four charts and the information need to be within that line. If this is over like that, it's going to print on 2 pages. I know we're not printing, but what happens is when you upload it into Canvas for me to grade it, all this information that goes to page 2 disappears. I only see what's in the page layout for page 1, okay? So make sure it's all there. Again, you can do grid lines. You can come here and say header footer, custom header, type your name wherever you want it, say okay, okay, save it, close it, and upload it. So let me show you what it looks like when it's done. When it's done, it should look like this, okay? You do not have to do the borders. If you want to make it fun, you can. I need you to stay with the colors that are in the guide, and I need you to remember when you're highlighting this, you do not highlight the colors. They're just there to tell you what color you need, all right? Thanks. Have a blessed day. See you soon.